The Snyderverse.
Oh yeah, so you wanted to not make me upset, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Talk about
Oh, I mean,
serious.
listen, if you're already upset, let's make you more upset because we're about to talk about the real reason why Warner Brothers won't restore the Snyderverse or release the Air cut. And let me tell you something, guys, okay? Shane sent me this article and then just a slew of expletives shortly after.
Much.
I'm sitting there at like 11 o'clock at night and I'm like half awake, dude. I've had a long day. And he's just like furiously punching his phone. This is what I picture. I picture him going,
Yes, whatever comes up. Well, it's frustrating. It's beyond frustrating because, I don't know. Warner Brothers just seems to be we were just talking about this in the last segment that it's become all about the money.
Yeah. All about them Benjamins.
It is. But at some point, it has to be about the art as well. I mean, it's not good enough to make billions of dollars, off of a movie franchise like the current DCEU or the Snyder DCEU. They made so much money.
Yeah, everybody keeps talking about, the DC movies were flops. I'm like, what planet were you born on? To think that the DC movies were, I get it. If you don't like it, that's subjective. But reality is they made billions of dollars on the DCU so far. Between the last 5 movies they've made. Billions with a B. So whatever you liked it or not, that's subjective. Facts are, they haven't lost any. These are not flops. Maybe they're critical flops, but as far as financial is concerned, they've made billions of dollars. Sorry, Shane.
No, you're 100% right. And so the problem is, Zack Snyder goes to this thing where he loses his daughter. He has to walk away from the Justice League while it was being made. So we end up getting the other Justice League version,
the Joss Whedon version,
the Joss Whedon-verse, and he pisses off Cyborg. He does some terrible things on set, and now everybody gets upset.
Right.
Warner Brothers decides they're not gonna. They investigate it. But didn't find any wrongdoing. Sorry, Ray. Can't help you out there. And so now Ray's mad, right? And he's like, well, I ain't going to do any movies for you guys no more. And so Warner Brothers, basically, they won't admit they're wrong. And they're now, instead of going on and giving us at least the last movie, we needed one more movie in the Snyderverse. What we saw in the Justice League Snyder cut was that there was another movie to be made.
100%.
There needs to be another movie to finish this story. And now we're not going to get it. We're never going to get it. And that just frustrates me because that's a movie that needs to be made. We need these actors, these characters are so good, so perfect. They're never, they can never come back and revisit them again. Right. And so the fact that they're not doing this movie because they don't want to admit that they're wrong, and instead they're just going to, Robert Pattinson it over, and they're going to completely, do it over again with a new Superman. I just can't stand that they're doing this. And it's very frustrating. And I wish that it could be different. I have no power, and we'll just have to live with the way it is. But
yes. But here's the deepening of that. Even if you don't like the way the story was going, okay? The recasting makes 0 sense. They're not recasting Superman because Henry Cavill didn't want to play Superman.
I know. That's frustrating.
That's so frustrating. Henry Cavill is down to play Superman. His manager, wife, girlfriend, I'm not sure. But his manager is the same as The Rock. They share a manager. And The Rock is going to be in Black Adam, where he literally is like, hopefully I'll be able to fight Henry Cavill's Superman. They share a manager. And listen, if we don't see Henry Cavill in Black Adam, then we'll never see Henry Cavill again. And
You're
it's
right.
so pathetic because it's transparent what's happening. Henry Cavill has no problem. He wants to be Superman. He asks for more money. or he asks for a real contract, and Warner Brothers won't commit. They would rather just remove that character completely and start with another actor that they have more control over, which is pathetic because Henry Cavill is, I mean, one of the best Supermans I've ever seen on screen. He's phenomenal. You know, same one. Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman, and when she had that pro-Israel thing that she did, they were Warner Bros. Was talking about her contract, and she got vocal about it for a second. Then deleted. Why are they even bothering her about her? She's from Israel, you idiots. She's from that place. You expect her not to defend where she was born and raised? I mean, it's just. I don't care what your politics are in this. I don't care if you're for this side or that side. Look, if I'm from the United States and we're in a war with Canada, okay, I'm 100% going to defend the country was born in and currently living in. It makes complete sense. She didn't even say anything defamatory. She literally was like such a vanilla statement about
well, you can't say Canada, because the reality is Canada does have its own territory and the Palestinians do not.
Right, but I don't want to get into the politics of it, though.
Well, right, but you said that, and that's going to inflame.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, so
because that's an incorrect statement. So let me give you another example.
Give me a better example.
I'll give you a better example. Okay, you're in LA, and you're walking down the street, and all of a sudden, gunshots. Right? Right. You look across the way, and you see a red bandana. Okay, those are the Bloods. Okay, and then you look over there, and you see some guy shooting back, and you got to see a blue bandana.
Let's see where this is going.
Those are the Crips. There you go.
Right. Okay.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, guys. She's a Crip.
There you go.
What do you want?
She's defending her Crips.
What do you expect? And again, I don't care where you fall on this argument, because I honestly think it's a stupid argument in the first place. And again, I don't care about that. What I care about is that she is defending, in a very vanilla statement, the place she's from, and Warner Brothers was like, "Yo, watch out, we can find another Wonder Woman."
Yeah, that was not cool. That was so not cool.
That is so unbelievably stupid. I honestly don't even know how Jason Momoa is still Aquaman. Because that guy, he has no filter whatsoever.
Right, but all of his stuff is like pro-Hawaii.
Right, and no one's mad at Hawaii.
No one. There's no controversy in Hawaii, other than the scientists who put up the satellites and or put up the big telescopes.
Yeah, but he talks about like physically harming people. Like,
it's okay because it's not.
I will beat the shit out of you, bro. He's like, whoa, bro, come on.
Yeah, well, he's definitely Aquaman. I would say is the it got good critical ratings and it still got some power left in it. Whereas Wonder Woman, the second Wonder Woman movie, kind of came across as not doing well.
How does a movie still make money when half the people viewing it are viewing it in a living room with like 5 other people?
I don't know how that worked out, but
here's the deal. It doesn't matter. Again, that's objective. I don't think anybody's safe. It doesn't matter what race you are, what gender you are. I mean, even Ray Fisher, he put up a stink because Joss Whedon is a D-bag, and they promptly just tried to cut him out of everything.
They did.
So Warner Brothers is officially just a very bad studio. They do not know how to manage their own properties. And case in point, freaking Suicide Squad, dude. Like,
let me explain to people why this is frustrating specifically for Brian and I. We are DC guys.
Yeah, look at the thumbnail, guys.
Marvel guys.
Look at the thumbnail and look at the posters in my office, my studio. Yeah. They're DC posters. I like Marvel, but I love DC.
Right.
Sorry.
We're DC guys. So it's frustrating to not be able to have the same success that Marvel's had with the characters that we love, and to be able to have this, they just did it right. Kevin Feige did it right. That's
Especially when every character there, except for maybe the Flash, like he's a little I'm on the fence on the actor that plays the Flash because he's a little
Ezra.
He's a little weird for my liking. He runs a little weird, but
I mean I like him, but it's hard when we've already seen Barry Allen as
right. Maybe that's why because But every character here kills it. Henry Cavill is an amazing Superman. Jason Momoa, the last person, if you would go back 15 years and be like, listen, Jason Momoa, the guy that played Ronan on Stargate Atlantis, is going to be the king of Atlantis as Aquaman. I would have been like, that makes no sense.
No, we said that, I think. But when it was announced, I think we were like, what?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But
he's amazing.
But he's amazing. He took a role that was like for like a blonde, blue-eyed, straight-edge dude in the ocean, and he made it this hardcore punk rock Samoan thing, and it's awesome.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Gal Gadot, we said the same thing. Wonder Woman, she's really skinny. She's like a runway underwear model, and she was in a couple Fast and Furious movies, and even then her action was like really like low key, and she's really tiny. Oh, dude, Bob's in there, and it's genius. They go, "Oh, you have an accent because you're not really a fantastic actress." She's not,
No, she doesn't have anything behind her, right?
Right, she's playing herself. They go, "Okay, let's make everybody on this island speak with your accent, and make the whole Thanaskara, whatever it's called, people have your same sort of mannerism." They built the movie around her, and she bulked up, and it was awesome. And I honestly love both movies. Obviously, I love the first one more. And then
but in Batman versus Superman, she came in and just won our hearts.
Oh yeah, and dominant. And then honestly, if you told me Ben Affleck, when I watch Good Will Hunting, if I'm watching Good Will Hunting, you're like, yo, that guy's gonna be Batman, I'd be like, you're insane.
Well, we laughed about it when it happened. Yeah.
I would say you are insane. He is a bad actor. He looks like a boy band reject. How can he possibly be this big, gruff, gnarly, violent, Dark Knight? Dude pulls it off.
Yeah,
he
100%.
pulls it off. He's so good in this role. And even Ray Fisher, after watching the Snyder Cut, I'm like, Ray Fisher's amazing.
Yeah, he was so good. He wasn't good in Justice League. He was amazing in the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, you watch him in the Joss version, and you're like, oh yeah, it's okay. Dude, great. They have this cast of characters that are willing to play the roles, and they're all phenomenally casted.
Yeah, you're just breaking my heart even talking about it. Henry Cavill, it's not going to happen. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. I need more Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor.
And dude, that was none of those. I would never have believed it. But again, if you watch not the theatrical version, watch the Ultimate Edition of BVS, and you're like, oh damn, he's pretty good. Because now they explain all the weird stuff. So in the theatrical version, so much was cut out that you don't know why he's playing with the Jolly Rancher in the guy's mouth and saying all kinds of weird stuff. There's no context. Boom, give him context. Jesse Eisenberg kills it. The second you allow him to express that context, and he's not just a weirdo, all of a sudden this dude is like Jeff Bezos, dude.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. It's great. I mean, dude, the whole thing is great, and it's such a bummer that they're just going to let it just disintegrate like they are. It makes no sense to me.
It's hard. We get the Lego Batman news. We get the knowing that Snyder Cut's not going to, it's just like, it just makes my brain want to explode.
We're not talking about this too, though. Why is there a Suicide Squad? And The Suicide Squad?
What happened?
With the same characters, playing the same actors, playing the same characters, and then a bunch of other characters thrown in that we haven't seen yet. So it's basically, obviously, in the same universe, but it's not called Suicide Squad 2. They literally just put a "the" in front of the same logo they used in the first. I'm so confused.
They want you to forget about the first one. It's obvious.
It's so mismanaged. It's like Firefly level mismanagement, dude.
Yeah,
I gotta know. The WB, when MGM was going out of business, the WB just hired a bunch of their execs or what?
Hey, here's the deal. WB, what's your plan? Is it just about the dollars? I don't get it. Why did you let Snyder do the Snyder Cut? Why did you do that? At least if it would have stayed a train wreck, we would have all just cried forever. I'm glad to have the Snyder Cut, but now it just proves that you needed to make more. It proves it.
You had a brilliant. Snyder Cut is a masterpiece, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
Matt, and they could have broken that. They could have broken that movie up into 2 movies. They could have made 4 movies out of the 2 Justice League chapters that he planned. They could have made 4 movies.
Why didn't they?
And we would have watched them all. We would have reviewed them. We would have went to the theaters. They could have made $1 billion every time plus. They could have been a $5-6 billion franchise. Crazy.
Yeah, it's a shame that sometimes people shouldn't be in positions. I don't even know how they get there. Common sense, I guess, doesn't dictate everybody's plan.
What's it called? It's called like
nepotism.
Nepotism. That's how they get there.
Yeah, sadly.
We know it.
King's sons who don't know what they're doing.
Thanks for watching. To see the full conversation, become a member of the Popcast family. Use the link in the description below or go to our channel and click the join button. Select your tier and we'll see you at the next show.